none of this vlog has gone as planned at all. What's up, weirdos? Neck tree surgeon here. Not really, but it's Pete. Jamie, you've met before, and I bought myself a little Harley Davidson because, you know, it's been a shit year, so I thought I'd treat myself. Jamie's on his DRZ 400, Pete's on his Rocket 3. We just thought we'd go for a ride, so we're going to head north and avoid those clouds. And I've never been to Omaha, so let's go and do that. This is my little Street 500 that I need to learn on because, you know, got to do the law and stuff. But I like it, it's alright. It's the only Harley Davidson you can get on a learner bike, so. But it goes alright, that sounds alright. But yeah, this is where I've been for the last month. As a lot of you guys probably know, lost my mum to cancer about a month ago, which is fucking bullshit, but you know, just getting on with it and trying to keep my head above water. So the bike's been good therapy, just getting out and seeing some stuff and hanging out with cool people. But yeah, so I wanted to get a bike. We wanted to get a bike for a while, and but wanted to do some motorbike style content as well, which you can keep an eye out for in the new year. But really, I just wanted a bike. I had the money left over from my guns when New Zealand got communism, so I thought I'd get myself a motorcycle. I've already decided what I'm going to get after this bike too. I mean, my end goal is I want to get a road glide, big touring bike, and just go on some adventures. But then I also thought, well, I'm going to also need something for getting around a bit, so maybe I'll just have to get two. Actually, it's just kind of occurred to me that if you're watching this from outside of New Zealand, you might not be aware that the Street 500 is actually a thing, and it kind of isn't anymore because they've stopped making them. I think they made them for 4 or 5 years maybe. I think almost exclusively for the Australia and New Zealand market, because we've got the LAMS, L-A-M-S, Learner Approved Motorcycle Scheme, which is the way that our country figures out what kind of bike you should be on when you're learning. And this falls into that category, and it's the only Harley Davidson that does, and it was never made in America. I don't believe that they were manufactured in India, but it's still a 500cc V-twin, and it goes alright. It's good for a giggle. And just like that, the sun has come back. We've just headed up over Wilcox or Woodcox Road or something like that, going from Mackerel to Warkworth. And I gotta say, in the rain, in the slick, in the loose gravel, as a learner rider, there's a couple of moments that puckered up my butthole. But this is why it's good to ride with other people, especially if you're new. You know, you can feed off other people, see what they do, kind of figure it out. And of course, when you stop for beer and fish and chips, you can ask questions. And on that note, we actually started a little Facebook group just for casual rides, you know, like a social thing, and to promote events that are coming up. Speaking of events coming up, the Moto Social will be, there isn't going to be one for January, but there will be one for February, which is going to be on the 2nd of February. So put that in your diary, and then as soon as we know where it's going to be, I will let you guys know on maybe Facebook and Instagram, things like that. If you're not on there already, get on there. I'm assuming that most of you probably are. But we'll all be going, and there'll be a fair few people from the crew going. Moto Social is really cool. It's just like heaps of different people from heaps of different riding backgrounds go, but there's like a big support network. Like there's this kind of undertone of mental health support, just dudes looking out for each other, dudes that just want to go ride for camaraderie, and just, you know, could be anything from you know, you're a young guy and you want to learn, you're learning to ride and you want to meet people to ride with, or you're like 40 or 50 or 60 and you're on a bike but you don't really have that many people to ride with because you've been married for 20 years and your kids are all growing up and you went and bought yourself a new bike and you just want some people to ride with. There's all sorts of different people kind of go there, and it's a really just, you know, it's a good few hours just hanging out, having a beer, having a good yarn, talking about motorbikes with people that like motorbikes. So I strongly recommend everybody that if you like motorbikes, it'll be in Auckland, it's always in Auckland. Where in Auckland it'll be, I don't know, always changes, but, and that's kind of the fun thing about it, every time it's somewhere new. And there's always different people there and make some new friends. Last time I went, I got like 10 new Facebook friends, like doubled my numbers. It was awesome. It almost seems like every ride that I've personally been part of organising has revolved around food. And this one's no different. I just said to Pete, yo, I'm hungry. Let's go get some food. And I've never been to Omaha, so, and that's New Zealand Omaha, which is a little bit different to American Omaha. But I've never been to American Omaha either. Little bit of scrapage. I am learning the limits of this motorcycle. Like, I've scraped the peg a couple of times and it makes you shit yourself. Like, I just clipped my foot back there and I'm like, oh yeah, that's how far I can lean this bike over. I do have mods coming. I've got some higher bars that'll put my hands about here, and I've got some forward controls. I did actually order forward controls and we fitted them with John, who's a mate who lives up the road. We put them on and they fucking broke. I'm not even kidding. Like, they were aluminum and they were machined, and there was like a weird linkage system that sort of made a linkage between two rods to activate the rear brake master cylinder, and it was on this hinge thing, this like triangle hinge thing, and the hinge actually broke. Like, well, sorry, not the hinge, the hinge was fine. There was a bracket that held what that hinged into, and that bracket was kind of shaped like that, and the bracket cracked that way, and I wasn't even riding. I literally installed it, bolted it all up, and I was like, okay, well, let's see what that feels like. Pushed the brake and it just kept going, it pushed right through it, and I'm not weak, but it's not like I'm stupid strong or anything, and the whole thing just melted, and I was like, well, that's shit. But the guy was good. I sent him an email, well, Facebook Messenger, said, look, this is what's happened. And he said, okay, well, you know, we can try and fix it. And I said, well, I'd rather just have a refund. And he said, yep, sweet as. Processed the refund, I sent him the stuff back, everybody's happy. So I've now ordered another set from a company called Speed, who were recommended to me by, I found a few Facebook groups for people that have got this bike. I thought, oh yeah, I'll just ask. Oh yeah, surf club, that sounds like us. Oh, this is where Auckland comes to play. There's the new Defender. Hey, there's the old Defender. I don't know if I'd like to live here or not. I think I'd rather be, like, not where all of these people are. I'm sure they're lovely people, I just don't want to live next to them. This is a dead end. Good job, Pete. Oh, it's a good chance to use my Ride Forever training. Drag the rear brake to control the speed, keep the throttle stable. Did pay attention. Some more content on that soon. There's a nice little stop in Omaha. This is what I like about bikes. Never been to Omaha, now I have. A lot of very expensive houses and a very nice beach. They only had the small cans of Red Bull, but they actually tied me over. And then Pete said, I'm hungry, let's go to Mangawai. So hopefully the pub's open. But yeah, it's just good times, being out on bikes with some friends. But how good is New Zealand? By all means, come ride, visit our beautiful country, enjoy the scenery, enjoy the food. If you're coming from overseas, just make sure you get a return ticket so that once you've come and you've seen and you've enjoyed, then you can fuck off. And now we are in magical Mangawai or Mangawhai, which is actually home to world famous YouTuber and the biggest nerd I know, Nick Murray, who I actually believe is in the country at the moment. Normally he's obviously off swanning around the world, you know, being a famous YouTuber and reviewing other people's expensive cars and even helicopters. His videos are boring as shit, but he's actually really smart, so I quite enjoy learning from his videos. Alright, let's find the pub. And hopefully it's open. So yes. Yeah. Oh, and Jamie shook my hand and said that if we can raise $15,000 for Movember Foundation next year, he's going to trim all of those. He's going to get a haircut and he's going to get a shave. You said you were going to do that, right?
Yeah, I'll do it.
So yeah, we're going to go big for Movember next year. I've got the photo and everything. I got to post it so that people like, because you've never ever shaved, ever. Why? You're just like one of those things you started and then you're like, fuck it, let's keep going. Yep. Fair enough. But I'll come back to you in a bit. That's my bike, but I'll give you a proper walk around when I get home. Yeah, well, that was a good ride. I enjoyed the shit out of that. Good to go on some adventures with Pete and Jamie. I said I'd show you my bike, so here it is. This is the Harley Davidson XG500, otherwise known as the Street 500, which is a 500cc version of the Street 750. And the reason that I got this is because it's the only bike that you can get on a land that's got the right badge on it. So I thought, well, yep, I'll have one of those. And like I said, I mean, like with everything that's been going on, like I think it was a little over a week after Mum passed, there was the motor social, and I went to that purely just to get out of the house. That night I had 4 of these bikes on my watch list on Trade Me. Woke up the next day and this was the last one that was there, and I was like, yep, I'll have it. So went and saw the guy and he was cool, and we're going to keep in touch. We're going to ride more because he's upgraded to a bigger bike, as you do, because this is really a temporary bike, you know. This is sort of, these bikes get passed around a lot and that's fine. I'm just going to make it a little bit more my own. Like I said, I did order some forward controls for it, and I got some and we fitted them and they broke, so we fucked them off, and we've got different ones coming now. And I've ordered some bars. There's a guy in the Harley Davidson group from Australia who makes custom T-bars and they look really cool, so I was like, yep, I'll have some of those. So yeah. Oh, and also I was watching back the footage from the GoPro from our ride the other day, which was the other day now, and I thought, well, I'll go and get, well, actually I'll just show you. Right, so the setup I was using was this GoPro Hero 4 with this little adapter, which is fine, it does the trick, and the mic that I was using was a powered condenser mic, which is it's good for compression, but it's not good for the fact that I have to turn the thing on and remember to turn it on. And I think the thing with all of the stuff we do is the simpler that we can make the kit, the better. And I also thought that the image quality could have been a little bit better, and I have the GoPro Hero 6, which we upgraded to not long after this one came out, and this is the most recent one that I've got. And the reason that I hadn't been using this is because this adapter is $99 so that I can plug in a microphone. $99, like they know how to make their money. And all it does is a pass-through, that's it. It doesn't do anything clever, it just allows you to connect a microphone for $100. But I'll throw this on and we'll see. It should sound better because this has got level control in it in terms of the input, and it's a more modern camera, so it should look a bit nicer, and it should have the stabilization, so less thrown around. But yeah, I'm gonna gear up and I'm gonna go and meet Pete. Okay, hold the fuck on. That adapter that was like stupidly overpriced didn't even fucking work because it's like peaking like a motherfucker and you can't hear shit. So I'll be returning that, but here's a musical montage of a bit of our day. Driving your cool Jeep?
None of that. Just like...
But it's your cool Jeep.
Yeah, but that way, not me. I've made myself slightly presentable.
Ah, that's alright. Shit, now I'm just trying to think where I left you guys off. So that GoPro mic adapter did not work well at all. That's why there was no audio for the ride that we did with Paolo and Pete. But it was a good ride, you know. Paolo's cool. We've got some really cool rides coming up. I just need to get the other bits from my bike to make it a bit more ergonomically comfortable, and then it'll be more comfortable for longer rides, just because it's a bit short in the cabin, and you know, I want to get some better bars, which should be ordered soon. But yeah, and then New Year's was cool. Just went up to Alan's as per usual. Did not vlog, but Alan's is good. It's just super chill. Pig on the spit. Actually, it was lamb on the spit. But you're a vegetarian, aren't you?
Oh, but yeah. I can still appreciate nice meat.
Yes. Oh.
Fuck off.
But yeah, Narelle's here. Narelle came to pick me up because Narelle got herself a new Jeep. And it's really cool. We'll show you some cool shots of it when we get down to where we're going. But you're super stoked with your Jeep.
I'm super stoked with my Jeep.
Yeah, and you'll remember that we actually reviewed basically what this is on the Open Road Show only a couple of weeks ago. That video's on this channel if you want to go check that out. And this is only 2 or perhaps 3 years older than the one that...
14.
Is that? I thought it was 2016.
Nah, 14.
Oh.
I wanted under 215 and no one would sell it to me for less than 50k, so...
Yeah, they do hold their value, the newer ones.
Yeah. So, you got it for 42.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think what else we need to catch up on. There were a few things that I actually was talking about when we were riding with Paolo into the mic that did not work. One of which is merch. We've got a new guy, there's a big thing there, and basically we've just started fresh. We've got a new guy, the designs are done. We've got a really cool like limited edition thing that we're doing, which is going to be a collaboration with a really awesome artist. So watch this space for that. And depending on how long it takes me to get this fucking vlog done, we might actually have the photo shoot for that in this. We're taking the next right. Slow down. And also we're going to teach Narelle how to use four-wheel drive because she hasn't used that in this car yet, have you?
No.
This car coming. Wait. It's a lot bigger than your old car, isn't it?
It's like twice. It's 3 times the size. That's huge.
Yeah. Well, size matters.
Size matters.
Okay, very slight change of plan. We got out to the beach and the beach is actually closed to vehicles for some fucking reason. So we decided to try and be cheeky and go the other way, and then we missed the road to get there. And now we're just all the way at the top of South Head, which has been an amazingly fun drive, and Narelle has found the limits of traction with her vehicle when it comes to being on an unsealed road. Slow and steady.
Slow.
And extra slow on the corrugations. But this is Narelle's truck. It's a bit messy at the moment.
Just ignore that one.
Yeah. Don't look at the inside, but you're super stoked with it, eh?
Ta-da! One of those, like, I don't know what you
do it.
I don't know what you do with a fucking car.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Check out this awesome picnic that I did. We've got some prosciutto and some corn chips and cheese. I actually thought I had more cheese. And this is Narelle's contribution. Donuts and lollies. Good job.
Can be counted on to bring sweets.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Well, today is none of this vlog has gone as planned at all. I was hoping that we were going to go to the beach and have a nice picnic and you get to mess around in the sand in your new truck. but we can't get onto the beach because it's closed. It's absolutely pissing down, and Narelle's a little bit nervous driving in really, really heavy rain. The picnic was good though, I nailed
Picnic
that.
was good.
Yeah.
Picnic was good.
So, yeah, but we've driven all the way up to South Head, and that's fine. Now we just need to find another adventure to go on, because we're not done with today yet, so... Yeah, so we didn't actually get any more adventures, the weather stayed shit, and we did fuck all. But I just wanted to quickly say, like, a big thank you to everybody that's been super supportive. Like, obviously it's been a hard time for most people, but, you know, other people are having it particularly hard. And, like, the community that we've got, you know, between the pages and the group and just everybody, it really means a lot, and it's helped me a lot too. And I just wanted to say thanks, because it keeps us doing what we're doing, and we enjoy what we do, and, you know, as things grow we can do more and expand and it gets better. And so yeah, thank you. But yeah, no, there's lots coming up now, which is great. Like, you know, it's the new year, things are happening, and it's going well. Calvin's coming up soon. We're going to go for a walk around the Hot Rod show, so that'll be good. And we're going to do a podcast with Calvin. Yeah, so thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. There was a lot of product testing in terms of actually getting that, like, moto vlogging set up to work. But I think I'm just going to have to buy the new GoPro so that I can get some of the new features, and that's fine. But yeah, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, hit that thumbs up button. And yeah, that's it. We'll see you soon. Alright, cheers team.